Yes, this was only one of the few clips that we saw on Twitter, on social media, and not much being reported on the mainstream media, of course. You didn't see the actual news bulletin on Sky News talking about this being a priority, this being a crisis. And the reason we say this is, in fact, a crisis, what's happening in Dover, what's been happening for the past few days, for the past few weeks, and especially last weekend and yesterday, is because migrant boats are still coming in. Smugglers and criminals are still trying to infiltrate our system and our country. And at the same time, the border force, let's just say, some being complacent, some don't know how to tackle this crisis, and some really don't really have the direction from the Home Office, because clearly you have to make sure that the Home Office is being held to account. We know how this system works. The problem we're currently facing is that what's now been happening in Dover over the past few days is a number of clashes. So first we had the illegal migration protest. We're going to talk about this in this video. Again, not really reported on the mainstream media. That was a few days ago. And yesterday when illegal migrants, tried to clash with the border force because of housing or what's actually been going on. And also we're going to talk about the effects that this actually is having on their lockdown policies. Now, let's give you a couple of more clips, because that short clip that you saw was a small boat, a tiny dinghy coming into the UK, the border force escorting them. But this is what we actually had. That was one of the biggest ships that the border force have, and it was filled with illegal migrants that they were picked up. Now, over the last year or so, we've seen smaller border force boats usually escorting the dinghies towards Dover, at times picking them up. The numbers are going up so much and so quickly because of the weather and because of the complacency of the border force, that they have to actually use bigger boats. And you would think that the fact that the numbers are going up, and we don't really know who's coming in and how many exactly, because again, when they come in, not everybody registers. Some of them just disappear and just fall into the society without actually being obviously have any records in the system. Now, that's one problem that we have. And secondly, the fact that there's now clashes going on, not being reported on the mainstream media. And on this channel, I am going to have a special guest to interview from the Migration Watch and various other groups as well, that obviously are aware and are connected to Dover specifically. Also, if you guys know anyone who is very good, who's an expert and who is connected to Dover, who knows exactly what's going on, feel free to get in touch, leave a comment under the video, or send me an email. I'm definitely happy to get in touch with them. But we know that this problem has been happening for the past, few years, but the last couple of years been getting worse and worse. If you want the full analysis of what exactly happened in Dover between the border force and the illegal migrants, then head to mytousi.co.uk for the full and uncensored version of this episode.